Once a long time ago, in the ancient city of Benares, there lived a man so wealthy he could buy anything he wanted. But when his father passed away and left him even more riches, the man made a surprising choice. He looked at everything he owned, the gold, the land, the power, and said, "Why should I keep this just for myself?" So he opened his heart and opened his hands. He built food halls at the 4 gates of the city, north, south, east, and west, so that anyone, rich or poor, hungry or broken, could eat for free. No questions asked. He became known not just for his wealth, but for his kindness. And people came from all over just to receive his compassion. But not far from the city, in a quiet forest, sat a man who had given up everything. Not for money, but for peace. He was a silent Buddha, someone who had awakened to the deepest truth of life. He didn't see himself as separate from others. He saw all life as one. And in that oneness, he felt an endless compassion for every living being. But the world was not ready to hear his truth. So he stayed silent and alone. One day, after meditating for 7 days and nights without food or water, the silent Buddha became dangerously weak. His body was on the edge of death. So, like he always did, he picked up his bowl and walked slowly toward the city, toward the mansion of the generous man. Just as the rich man sat down for lunch, he saw the Buddha outside. Without hesitation, he stood up and said, "Give him food, now." But someone else was watching, someone dark, Mara, the god of death. Mara didn't want the Buddha to survive. He didn't want kindness to win. He wanted fear and suffering to stay in control. So just as the servant stepped forward to feed the Buddha, Mara struck. A pit of fire appeared between them, a raging wall of red-hot flames. The servant froze, dropped the food, and ran, one by one. Every servant who tried to bring the Buddha food saw the same terrifying fire, and they all ran. But the rich man knew this wasn't just fire. This was fear trying to stop him from doing what was right. So he took the food himself and walked outside. And there it was, a burning pit between him and the dying Buddha. Above the flames, Mara hovered, dark and proud. "I am a god of death," Mara said. "I made this fire. I will stop you from giving him food. If he dies, you lose your chance at enlightenment. You stay in my power." But the man didn't flinch. He looked at the flames, then at the Buddha. He took a deep breath and said, "You may control fear, but you do not control me." And then he stepped into the fire. But the fire didn't burn him, because in that moment, when his heart was full of love and nothing else, a miracle happened. A giant, glowing lotus flower rose up from the flames. It caught him gently, lifted him high, and carried him across the fire. The air sparkled with golden dust. The sky turned bright, and the man, standing in the heart of the lotus, offered food to the silent Buddha with his own hands. Mara was defeated. The Buddha, now glowing with life again, raised his hand in blessing. And the man bowed, hands together, heart full. From that day forward, he taught others what he had learned. That true giving isn't about money. It's about courage. It's about doing the right thing, even when it's terrifying. And sometimes, when you give with a fearless heart, miracles happen. So if you're ever afraid to help someone, afraid to speak up or show up, or give something away, remember this. Fire can't burn what's done from love. Be brave. Be kind. Be the one who steps into the fire. Because when your heart is pure, you walk on lotus petals.